bowler. The LA Rams and Matthew Stafford were clicking this first part of the season, first 10 games, best team in the NFL, yada, yada, yada. And now they're kind of been stair-stepping back down. And they were behind the Baltimore Ravens most of the game, and they pulled it out. I believe the final score was 20-19 here. Did this loss to the LA Rams for the Baltimore Ravens prove how much they need Lamar Jackson, or are they just fine without Lamar Jackson, Combs?
I think Lamar Jackson adds that extra element. Lamar Jackson's a playmaker. Lamar Jackson is one of those guys who finds a way to win. I don't know if this proved how much they needed Lamar or how much they need a change of scenery. This team is reeling. They are on their heels. They started out the season 8-3, and they haven't won a game since. And I don't know that they're going to be able to rebound from this. I think they need to change that head coach. I think they need a change in some of their personnel. I think they need to go find Lamar, an actual wide receiver. You got Brown, but that's Hollywood Brown's about all that you have there. He needs a legitimate wide receiver core. You need to get some offensive line help, and I think you need a new coaching staff in Baltimore, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we were just talking about Ryan Tannehill, right? And how bad he was in Miami under Adam Gase, the offensive guru that Adam Gase was, right? And then he left, and he was a backup at Tennessee, and he ultimately got this starting job, and he has taken leaps and bounds each and every year. Sometimes a change of scenery is great, right? Let's look at let's just like when there's certain players that just don't fit systems very, very well, and they change, and then boom, they blow up. It happens in baseball like all the time. So with that being said, I am going to trump they need a coaching change. That is 100%. And they also need a offensive play calling change, just because this offensive system, this coaching system that they have has been catering to Lamar Jackson's needs. Yes, it is great to win a lot of regular season games, but when your quarterback goes out, like Lamar Jackson has missed last 4 games with that bruised ankle, right? They're showing that they're not a very good team because Lamar Jackson covers up their flaws as a coaching staff so much. So with that being said, they 100% do need a coaching change, but they need a coach that will come up and actually develop Lamar Jackson as a quarterback and just not a player. So they don't need an offensive mastermind. They need a good coach. They need somebody like Mr. Clappy himself, the old Dallas Cowboys head coach, former New York Giants offensive coordinator. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Why would you wish that on anybody? Jason Garrett?
That is who they need in Baltimore. Jason Garrett will mold Lamar Jackson into a great quarterback. He has the ability there. He just needs that foundation. He needs a coach that understands him, right? That has been in the league this century. I mean, like a lot. I know Jason Garrett was a backup to Tony Romo back in like early 2000s, right? But with that being said, that would be a perfect match. Jason Garrett and Lamar Jackson. Give them 3 years, Combs, and my tune about Lamar Jackson might change a little bit. Actually, I know it would change because I trust Jason Garrett would mold Lamar Jackson into a quarterback and just not an athlete and cater